Hello. This is practical lecture 2 for PE 155. In this lecture, we are going to be looking at some aspects of Microsoft Word. But I'm going to teach this by going through the project exercise I sent to you. So I'm going to try to solve the same problem that I'm asking you to solve, so that by going through it, I will use the various parts to explain the basics that you need to know. So what are some of the aspects of Microsoft Office that you need to know? Last time I said that you need to know a bit about Word, you need to know about Excel and PowerPoint. In Word, this is what I want to know. I want you to learn. I want you to understand something about style, lists, templates, figures, tables, equations, footers, headers, and how to review a document. I'm going to teach all these things by using this example. Where you need more explanation, I'll come back and explain. Otherwise, I'll just be going through the various parts gradually. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the document I sent to you. This is a paper. It's quite very complicated. But as we go through it, you see that it's not as difficult as it looks. It's going to be very simple. And we are going to be able to reproduce this same document. So I'll start with the title. The title is Theoretical Modeling of the Effect of Temperature on CO2 injectivity in deep saline reservoirs. You don't need to type this. So you just copy it and paste. So I copy this. I'll come here and simply paste it. Right. But remember, this is a title, so I need to format it. How do I do that? I'll just highlight this, go to styles. See, in styles, you have all the various headings. You have normal text, you have heading 1, heading 2, you have the title, subtitles. You even have emphasis. If you want strong quotes, I mean, this gives you various styles that have already been made that you can easily use to format your text. So this is a title. So we go to title. I just click on title, and you see that the copied text has transformed significantly. If you come here to fonts, you see that the font is Calibri Light. Okay, and the size of the font is 28. This is not what you want. I want to change the font to Times New Romans. Actually, let me use Arial. Okay. Arial is going to be great. So I'm going to use Arial. This is already bold, and I'm going to change the size of the title. Let me do it 18. Okay. I've changed the size of the title to 18, and it's Arial. Remember that CO2, the 2 need to be a subscript. So I highlight on that, and then I come to font. You see this? If I click on it, immediately this is transformed into a subscript. Okay, so right then I have my title. The next thing here is the name of the authors. Yeah, I'm going to copy that as well. I'm coming here, try to copy the name of the authors. Copy that. Then I just paste it. All right, because the size is big, I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to styles, and I'll make this normal. Remember, that is not the title anymore. So it has to be normal text. So I'll go to styles and then I just click on normal. It becomes a normal text. I'm changing the font to Times New Roman. So this will be Times New Roman. And I want it to be 12. That's fine. So I keep it at 12. But remember, this is linear, right? So I have to transform that. I'm removing this A and star. So I have just a comma between them. And right then I have all the authors. Now the next thing I need to do is to get the affiliation of the authors. So these are the authors who wrote this publication. This is the title of the publication, and these are their affiliation. This is where they work. So I'm going to copy all the affiliations as well and format them. So I copy the affiliation. Bring it here. Look at that. That looks messy, right? So I'm going to clean it up. Cleaning this up. Cleaning this up. Then just highlight everything. I'll change the font again to Times New Roman. So Times New Roman. And in this case, I'm not going to give it 12. It's going to be 10 for the affiliations. Everything else looks cool. Now, remember that I need to link the authors to the affiliation. So as you can see here, the first author here is linked to the first affiliation, A. So I need to give each of them this superscript A. So I'll come in here. I'll go to font. This is superscript. So I'll click on superscript and I'll just type A. All right, so I'll click on superscript and I type. Okay, that didn't work. So I'm going to type A before I actually change it. So I have A. Then I come in here, click on this. That becomes superscript A. Then I'll come in here and do same. So here I type A. Just highlight it. Come right here and superscript. Yeah. So I've linked this author. The second author is linked to the second affiliation. So I'll come in here. I already have the B here. So I'll highlight on the B. Superscript that goes up. The third author is also linked to the second affiliation. First, I'll come in here and work on that. So I have B. I lift the B up. Great. Looks good. Then I'll come in here. This second author is also linked to the same. So I'm going to lift that up. I have B. And make it a superscript. And then it goes up, as you can see. And then the third author here is linked to the third affiliation. So I'll come in here. Then I'll type C and make it a superscript. That is a superscript. And again, I'll come to the third author and link it. So I have C. I'll highlight that and make it a superscript. Great. Superscript. Very nice. Now, if you look at these authors, you see that the first author has a star on his name. Yeah, that means he's the corresponding author. Okay, if you need to contact the person who is responsible for this document, he's the person you contact. So we need to indicate the corresponding author among these people. And how do we do that? I'm going to show you. You come in here, You just put your cursor there, and let's go to here. I'm using search. Because I've compressed this, it's quite difficult to see what I'm looking for. You'll find it definitely. References. Let's see. Yes, there we have it. You'll see this if you go to references, insert footnote, insert footnote. Okay, so this is what first I did. I just placed the cursor in front of the name of the author. I want to insert the footnote. Then I go to insert footnote. I go to references, insert footnote. Once I click on that, you see that a footnote will be created. You see, a footnote is created. But the symbol here is 1 instead of a star. So how do I get a star? Okay, I need to come here, highlight the 1. Highlight just this superscript 1. And then on my keyboard, I'll type the asterisk. Okay, once you type asterisk on your keyboard, it will give you this option. Okay, so you come in here, click on options, and then it will give you this box. And then under custom mark, you type the asterisk there. Then you click insert. Insert. You see that immediately the symbol changes to asterisk instead of 1. Then you can use the comma to separate them. Let me use the superscript. So I'll go to home. Superscript, comma. All right, that is not working too well for me. Okay, then I just click on comma. What I'm going to do is highlight the comma. And then apply the superscript to it. Still, it didn't work as planned. I don't know what's going on. Okay. There should be a comma here. All right. Okay, then I have to come and write here. I come to the footnote and write corresponding author. Corresponding author. Remember, I didn't draw this line. So if you try to draw this line, you can't do it. You have to insert footnote. Then the line will be drawn automatically for you. If you try to draw a line down there, you are wrong and you are not going to get it correct. So the email is here. And then phone number is also written there. So I can type the phone number. Great. Then I'll have to change the font. So I'll come in here. I'll go to home. And I'll change the font to Times New Roman. Size 10 is still fine. Okay, so right there, I'm done with this. Now you can see that if you go up here, there's a line here. Okay, that separates everything in the title from the main text. So I'm going to produce that line. Look at how I'm going to do it. You just click on Shift and underscore 3 times. Okay, so Shift underscore 1. This is 1, right? Another one, a third one, and then you click Enter, and you have the line drawn for you. As easy as it. So 3 underscores, Enter, and you have the line already drawn for you. You don't have to draw this line by yourself. Now the next thing I need to do is to produce the template. Okay, so I have to make the main headings. And I'll come in here, styles. So I have heading 1. The main headings are all heading 1. So I have heading 1, that is the abstract. I'll format them later. So I have another heading. Introduction. This is introduction. The third one is modeling work. So I'm going to come in here, styles, then modeling work. And I think I'm going to move on to the next one. That's the main headings. Yes. The third one is discussion and practical implications. So I'm going to come in here and insert another heading. Discussion and practical implications. Then I move on to the next heading. The next heading is conclusion. I'll come in here, insert another title, conclusion. Great. That's not all. There's acknowledgement. So I'll come in here, insert another one, acknowledgement. Acknowledgements. Then insert another one, references. I think that is all. References is the last option. Great. And then I have the main headings. I need to format them. Remember that the main headings are not looking the way that they look over here. And remember, they are also numbered. So the first thing I'll try to do is actually to do the numbering. The abstract is not numbered. The abstract is not numbered. So I'm going to take the abstract out, but I'll format everything before I do that. So I'm coming around here. I'm going here, changing it to area. The font is changed to area. All right, there was an interruption, but I hope this works. So I'm just trying to format the headings. So I'll come in here. I changed the font to Arial. The size, I said I wanted to change it to 13. So I'll just come in here, 513. Then I have that. Then I also need to make it black. So I come in here, the color here is red. I'll just have to change it to automatic. Then I have black. And it's also bold. So with this, I have all the titles, the headings, the main headings done properly. Now remember that the headings, apart from the abstract, are all numbered. So I need to go in there and number them. So I'm starting from introduction. I have 1 point. Modeling work 2 point, then enter. Have 3 point, then you just press enter. 4 point, you press enter. 5 point, shift, excuse me, press shift. 6 point, then you have that. Or just a space, then you have that. I think this is still blue, so I'm finding ways to get rid of it. I can come in here and then I'll go automatic and issue change. Okay. So I have my main headings done properly. Now, remember that the abstract has been centered. Okay. So I have to come in here. I'll click in front of the abstract. Then I'll go to my styles here. And you can see this is how you center any font. So click on it and then it's centered. That is it. Now I want to enter the abstract text. So I come in here, I'm just copying everything under abstract. I'll format it later. Copy, and then I'm just coming to paste it. It looks all messed up, that is fine. You just paste it, and then you format it. That's what it's all about. So the 14 here will have to be removed, right? We don't need that. 15 will have to be removed. Don't need that. 16 removed. Okay. Great. All the line numbers will have to be removed because they are not part of the abstract. Later on, I'll explain to you what they are doing over there, and why you need to know how to number them. Okay. So you don't need to worry about the line numbers now. We will set them automatically later on. Okay. Great. There you go. We have our abstract. Now remember that the abstract is also in Times New Romans. So I have to first of all go and format it. So I'll come in here, change the text and the font to Times New Romans. Then another thing I have to do is to justify the margins. So I'll come in here. This is aligned to the left, but I want it to be justified. So I'll come in here, click on this, and immediately you see that it's justified. Then you see that the CO2, the 2 need to be a subscript. So you highlight on every one of them, and then you click, you change them to subscripts. Let me work on another one here. Come to font, subscript. I'll work on another one here. Go to font, subscript. Yeah, and you do that for almost all the text here. I think once you've done that, everything is cool. Now you see the next step is keyword. So I have to come in here. The keyword is not really a heading. So I'm going to go there and I'll just create something. So I'll type keyword. But because of consistency, I'm going to format it in the same way that I formatted the heading. So that is area 30 and bold. Great. And what are the keywords? They've all been written here. So I'll just go and copy them and then paste. All right. Depending on the kind of copy and paste, you know, this can be done. Great. So the only thing I need to change here really is just the CO2, which I can work on, and then another CO2 here, and it is done. Good. So far, I think we are doing very well. We have the title, we have the name of the authors and the affiliation. We have the abstract done really well. And then we have the keyword. Then now we move on to the introduction. Remember, we already have the heading here. So if I click enter, I have the heading standing out. And now I can go and copy the introduction text. I'm just copying the ones here. Just a few of them to demonstrate to you what you ought to do so that you work on the rest. So I'll come in here. Okay, I'm going to paste it this way. Now remember the text is Time New Roman, size 12. So I'll just come in here. I'll go in, change it to Time New Roman, size 12. And then I need to also justify it. So I'll come in here and justify it. And you see that immediately everything has changed. Okay, so that is not hard. What is hard here is actually the formatting. So here, all the numbers, you have to remove them. Remember, these are line numbers. I left them there for a reason. You need to know how to format things that you copy. All right, so we have this. 40 here is not needed. 41, 42, they are not important. I'm taking them out. 43 is taken out. Okay. Several. Now you see all these 1 in bracket, 5 to 7 in bracket, 2 to 4 in bracket, 8 to 7 in bracket. They are all references. What kind of references are they? They are all here. Okay. These are references. Okay, so reference 1 is IEA, Technology Roadmap. Okay. I ask that you copy or you go to the internet and download citations for all these references. You know how to do that because that is what project 1 was all about. Now in project 2, you have to employ that skill here. So you just go and look for all these papers, download their citations into Mendeley. Then at this point, let's say for 1, I can insert that. I just need to change the style. So I'll come in here under Mendeley, bibliography, citations, stuff. Okay. All right. So here, the style, I'm going to change it to IEA when I insert the citation. But first, I'm just going to go and try to insert the citation. I'm going to Mendeley, insert citation. Okay. I'm typing IEA, Technology Roadmap. I think I can find that. I can just type the title, Technology Roadmap. Here it is. So I'll just click on it. Yeah. And you see, the citation style has changed. Here, it actually gives me real IEA. I will keep it that way. Or if I like, I can just change the citation style. I can come in here and click and use IEE, and then immediately it will change. Okay. So depending on how you want to go about it, that is still fine. And then here, 2 to 4, if I come in here, you see that 2 is MIRI, effect of CO2 brine rock interactions on CO2 injection. So I'll come in here, remove this. and I'll go to set citations. The first guy is Miri. I have that the title is Effects of CO2 Brine Rock. This is it. Then the second one is Bachu. Bachu, the title of his paper is CO2 storage capacity estimation. So just come in here, CO2 storage capacity estimation. Then 3, yeah, 3 is Bachu. 4 is also Bachu. Okay, but what's the title? Estimation of oil recovery. So I'll just go in here. Estimation of oil recovery. There it is. So then that is 2 to 4. Once I click on OK, you see that gives me 2 to 4. Well, don't worry about the separation here. That is still fine. I can easily change that by changing the citation style. But even here, I'm not going to use IEA. I'm going to ask you to use American Psychological Association, APA 7th edition. Use that. If you use that, it actually gives the real names of the authors. You see, the real names of the authors is what you see here, which makes it more interesting. Then you come to 5 to 7. I'm doing this for the last time. 5 to 7, I'm going to remove that and insert the citation. So I'm coming here. 5 is Bynes. And what did Bynes do? His title is Geological Storage of Carbon Dioxide. That is here. I'll just click on that. 6 is Gunter. Gunter, what is the title of his work? They are large CO2 sinks. That is right here. So I'll just click on it. And 7, lastly, Davison. Wow, that gives me a paper. And when I click on it, you see that it puts these authors right there. Okay, so this is great. You need to do this for almost all the introduction. I think apart from the introduction, you don't have many of this anywhere. So it's meant to train you on how to insert citations in a text. All right, so this is all I'm going to do at the introduction. Then I'll move on to the modeling work. Now, under the modeling work, I think the first thing we see here is a figure. I need to be able to insert that figure. So I'm only going to show the text here. So as you can see, I'm going to work on only this text so that I can insert the figure for you to see how that is done. Copy this and then paste it. Remember, there are subtitles, so I need to work on the subtitles. I have 2.1, 2.2, and so forth. So I'm going to work on the subtitles. So I'll come in here. I'll go home, styles again. This is subtitle. So I'll come to, or subheading. I come to heading 2. So heading 2, that is 2.1, model description. Model description. If I click on enter, it gives me more options to write. Then I'll go to 2.2, wellbore temperature model. 2.3 is temperature profile of injected CO2. 2.4. Okay, there's no 2.4, but there's I think another subheading I'll come to. Let's look for 2.4. Yeah, there's 2.4, evolution of CO2 temperature in the reservoir. 2.5, is there 2.5? All right, I think there's no 2.5, then it gets to 4. But under each of this, I think there are subheadings too. For example, under 2.3, there are subheadings. Let's go and fill in there. Under 2.3, we have 2.31. So under 2.35, just click enter and remove this. I have another subheading, so I can come here under styles. See this subheading 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm moving to 3. So under 3, I have 2.31 effects of injection flow rate on the temperature. If I click on enter, you see that it gives me another option, 2.31. Then I get 2.32. Effect of injection rate. Effect of injection time. Injection time on CO2 temperature profile. It gives me another option. I'll just move on to, all right, I think that's all. Then I come to 2.4. Under 2.4, I have subheadings as well. So I'll remove this. I have 2.41. So I'll come to styles, heading 3, 2.41. Heating of CO2 in a single tube. Click on enter. It gives me an option for another heading. This is heating of CO2 in a bundle of tubes. Then I have another subheading. Heat gain by CO2 as it flows. Heat gained by CO2 as it flows into the formation. Yeah, and then we are done. Now I need to format all these subheadings. So I'm just going to highlight everything. Then I'll go to font. I'm changing everything to Arial since they are headings. Automatic, bold, size 12. These are subheadings. I'm going to keep all of them at 12. Great. Now, if I go back to the first subheading, the first subheading is model description. That's where I have this. And since I've already showed you how to copy and paste, I'm just interested in the figure so that I'll show you how to insert the figure. So I'm coming here, I'm highlighting everything around this figure. Copy, then I'm coming to model description. Yeah. And I'm going to paste that and format it. So, highlight. I've just done that. These numbers will have to be removed. So that's the first thing I'll do. Remove these numbers. And immediately you see that everything is aligned properly. Okay, here's another one. Now the next thing you do is to format it. So I'll come in here, change everything to Times New Roman, size 12. So that is all right. And justify it. I'll come in here, justify everything. And that's cool. Now I want to insert the figure. So I'm coming here, Then I'm going to insert picture. It's a picture, this device. I'll go to project exercise. This is the picture or the figure I'm going to insert. Okay. This figure is very big. The one that I've inserted here is very big. So I'm going to make it smaller. I just come to the corners here and drag it a little bit up. And you see that immediately I'm able to change it. You never change the size of a picture by dragging side and side or up and down. You drag the corners, okay, so that you can keep the aspect ratio. You drag the corners. That is the right thing to do. Okay. Yeah. Then once you've done this, you have the picture inserted. The next thing is I want to be centered. So I come home and then I click on center and it's centered. The next thing I have to do is to insert a caption. You see that the figure has a caption here. Figure 1, schematics of the injection well and its associated facilities. I have to insert that caption here. So I'll come in here and say, once I right click on it, it gives me these options. I'll come in here, insert caption. Then I'll type schematics of the injection well and its associated facilities. Okay, and that is it. Now I need to format the caption because it doesn't look like the other text. So I'll come home. The font is still Times New Roman. The size, I'll keep it at, no, 10 is fine. Or 11 is still fine. I'll keep it at 11. I remove the italics and then I click on automatic so it can be black. Okay. Great. So I have the caption here. But if you read here, it says that schematics of the injection well used in the study and associated completion facilities are presented in figure 1. This figure 1 will have to be inserted. You don't type it. Okay. It's just like inserting a citation so that when you click on that, it will take you to figure 1. So you come in here and you go to insert. Well, depending on the kind of system you are using, I think with this, references will help us much better. So you come in here to references, captions. You go to cross-reference. Cross-reference. You click on that, and then you get this drop-down menu. You have numbered items. Under numbered items, go and choose figures. Here, I think we don't have figures. I don't know why we don't have figures. We just have equations. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's figures here. So figures, you see that the figure you inserted is here. Change this entire caption from only label and number. Only label and number. Then you select the figure you want and click insert. Close. Immediately you see that fig 1 is here. Now, if you click on this, figure 1, which is inserted here, it is a hyperlink, so it brings you here. It's because I've disabled the hyperlink. If I keep the hyperlink on, for example, if I come in here, I go to cross-reference, and then I say insert hyperlink. Let me just remove this and use the hyperlink. Okay. Come in to insert caption, cross-references, and then insert hyperlink. Only label and number. Okay, figure. This is the figure I'm selecting. Insert. Immediately it inserts it. Then close. You see that this is a hyperlink now. If I click on it, it is supposed to move me to this figure. Because the figure is already here, it won't really do that. Okay. So that is how you reference a figure in a text. And this is how you caption a figure. Good. Then you move on to the second subheading. In the second subheading, we have equations. So that is where I'm going to teach you a little bit about how to type equations. So again, I'm going to type what we have here. I'm going to copy what we have here, and then I'll start to type the equation. At least I'll type maybe 2 equations to show you how equations are typed, and then we move on from there. Oops. Okay. This has been bold. I'm going to change that. So I have my text, time New Romans, 12 is still fine. Yeah. I want it justified. Okay. This number will have to be removed. Remember, there's a citation here that you have to work on, and also this TCO2. I'll come back to it. It's an inline equation. So here we are going to work on this equation. So here I'll come to insert, then equations, and to give me this box. This is where I'm going to type the equation. I have TCO2. If you click on the drop down menu here, this is a fraction. Okay, this gives you all the fractions that you need. If you want to type fractions, you need this. This, if you want to type subscripts and superscripts, you need this box. This is radicals, integral, large operators, brackets, functions, accent, limits, operators, matrices. I mean, you can type about almost anything that you usually see in equations. So here, because it is T subscript CO2, I'm clicking on this. So I have T in the main box, and then CO2 in the small box. Yeah, and that is it, equals to. I have brackets, so I'll come in here. There are brackets here. This is a bracket, so I'll click on that. And then inside the bracket, I have space to type. I have T subscript FI, so I'll come in here. T is in the main, subscript FI is here, plus G subscript F, so I'll come in here. G subscript F times delta L. How do I get delta? I need to come to the symbol section. Once I come to the symbol section, I'll get delta here. Okay, and L is right there. Okay, I'm done with this bracket. Then plus, I have another bracket. So I'll have to go look for that. This is the bracket. I have T subscript CO2. Now look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to type it in a slightly different way. This is T subscript CO2. You see that I just typed it T subscript or T underscore CO2. And then I got that to be T CO2. Immediately done. I can also type my I. Then minus, I have T subscript FI. I can type T underscore FI. And then immediately I get what I'm looking for. I don't have to go to the bar. Then you have E exponent negative delta L over A. I can just type E if I like. And then the exponent, I can use this into bracket. minus delta L. The delta is here. Delta L over A. Close it. And guess what? It gives me exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. So you can type the rest, but how do you number the equation? You see that there's a number here, number 1. That is very easy. Just type hash into bracket 1. Okay, and click enter. You see that it numbers the equation automatically for you. Okay, let's type another equation. This one, this simple one. TF is equal to TFI plus GF plus delta L. So I'll come to insert equations. Okay, insert equations, and then I'll type T subscript F equals to TFI plus GF delta L, and I have my delta here, delta L. So there's no fear at all. Now I need to number that equation as well. How can I go about it? You just give a little bit of space, hash into bracket. What is the equation number now? 2. And then you click enter. See that it numbers it and aligns the numbering properly for you in a very, very neat way. Okay. All right. So this is some of the ways that you can type equations neatly in a document. Now, one thing that you need to also learn is how to prepare tables. Tables are quite very important. This is under subheading 2.3. So I'll come to subheading 2.3. This is the subheading. And what is required of me is to prepare this table. So I'll go to insert. The table has 3 columns and several rows. I just need the 3 columns for now, and maybe a few rows. So I'll come in here, insert table 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a little bit of this. We have parameter here, symbol, value, units. Great. Now the first on the list is well vertical depth below seabed. So this is well. I'm going to change the size. So I'll come home. The font needs to be changed. That is Times New Roman. I'm changing it to 10 so that it will be small. Okay. And it doesn't have to be bold. So this is well vertical depth below seabed. What is the symbol? TVD. The symbol will have to be typed in an equation. So I'll have to go and insert an equation. So TVD. This is also bold. I don't want anything to be bold. So I have to highlight everything in the table and change and format it. Okay. Oops. Well, I have to go home. All right, home. The font should be Times New Roman. I want this to be 10. And it shouldn't be bold. Okay. That is enough. I have my TVD here. The next, the value is 5,500. The unit is feet. Great. Then the next one, the list is formation intake temperature. So formation intake temperature. Look at the symbol. It's TFI. So I have to go to insert and insert the mathematics or the equation symbol, the equation editor, sorry. So here I have TFI. I can just type my T underscore FI, and then I have that. What is the value? 70. The symbol is degree Fahrenheit. I have to go to equations, insert equations. Under equations, this shouldn't be designed. Okay, under equations, I can just come in here. Then I have degree Fahrenheit. All right, so that gives me degree Fahrenheit. This can also be typed as a mathematical symbol. And then the third one, initial CO2 injection temperature. The symbol is TCO2I, so I'm coming here to insert mathematical symbol. Then I can work on it the same way. Well, but what you see here, the table you see here is not exactly the kind of table that you see here. Okay. We need to format this table. So the first thing you do is you go home. Here, okay, this is borders. So first you remove all the borders. So no borders at all. Okay, you remove all the borders. Then you begin to insert the borders one by one. So here you need a border up above the title and borders below this title. So you come in here to work on the borders. So now you come down, you need border below, and then you need border above. This is border on top. Okay. Then you come and highlight the last column. And put a border below it. Oops. Okay. So you put a border below it. And there you go. This table looks what we call scientific. Okay, if you want to make a publication, usually this is how you format the table. You only have two lines bounding the title and then one line below. Okay, remove the line in between the text so that the table looks as neat as we see here. So this is how you work on tables. Apart from that, the figures, you have to insert them the same way. Yeah, and everything, the equations will have to be typed. And equations, you need to learn how to type by using the equation editor. And the more you type equations, the more you become good at doing it. Yeah, apart from this, then we go and insert our references. Remember that I did a little bit of citation. So now I'll just go to references and I'll come to insert bibliography. And then there you go. I have all my references there. Okay, so when you finish, you can insert your references below the references column or the bibliography. That is it. You work through all these headings step by step, and at the end of the day, you will learn so much. God willing, on Wednesday, of course, I will take you through some of this again in class as we work through each step. But take a look at this, try your hands on it, and then see you on Wednesday.